Mr. Barber from Arizona is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Mr. Smith. Last year, as you know, and you pointed out in your remarks, I joined with the Ranking Member to request a GAO study to determine how it was that the billions of dollars that we gave to the Department of Homeland Security were deployed and used to secure the border. The GAO report provided a very disappointing result. It found, as you pointed out, sir, the reporting, the data collection and the analysis and reporting from sector to sector was just a mix and match. It never really lined up. You could not compare one sector to the other. If we're going to get border security and operational control, we need to know that we've collected data in a similar way. You know, I wanted to know in that report why it is that after billions of dollars that we've appropriated as a department, we still have a major hole, such as the one I mentioned earlier in my district, where ranchers live every day in fear of their lives. They won't go to town without taking their kids with them because they're concerned about the cartels. And so we will hope to find out what's happening, particularly between the ports of entry, to deploy and to make the border more secure. What we found was that the department came back with a plan, a new risk-based plan that had no metrics, had no evaluation process, had no goals, hardly a plan. It had a good title, but that's about it. So I plan to offer an amendment today to the bill that required apprehension and got-away data collected by our Border Patrol agents in different sectors and cross-the-field offices be standardized so that we could actually compare the data that is collected across sectors and make resource and deployment decisions in an accurate and effective way. My colleague, Mr. Smith, has recognized this issue and a similar need to standardize the data across sectors, and I appreciate the amendment and support it. And the fact that there's the bipartisan support for a common-sense solution to measuring effectiveness across the border is a welcome sign. Therefore, at this time, Mr. Chairman, I withdraw my amendment, listed as Barber 011. I will support fully Mr. Smith's amendment and urge all of my colleagues to do the same.
Will the gentleman yield? Will the gentleman yield?
Yes, I will yield.
Here I am. May I offer a friendly amendment to Mr. Smith? Would it be appropriate to ask unanimous consent that Mr. Barber's name be added to your amendment?
I'd be more than happy to have Mr. Barber's name added to the amendment, and I thank him for his support as well.
I yield back. A unanimous consent. I yield back, Mr. Barber.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson Lee. I appreciate that, and very much appreciate the gentleman adding me. I think we're totally in line with this, and I appreciate what you're doing, and I'm glad to join with you.
That's an excellent illustration of bipartisanship on this committee. I appreciate it, Mr. Barber.